Hey guys, welcome back. Heading up to the boathouse here. Had somebody ask me to do a rod and reel arsenal video, so that's what we're gonna do in this video. If you're new to the channel, please look at some of the stuff on my channel. Maybe click that subscribe button if you like what you see, and we'll see you in the boat here in a second. Alright guys, I'm just gonna go through some of my setups that I have. Like I said, someone on my channel requested a rod and reel arsenal. I'm not going to go through every rod and reel, but most of my setups I have at least two of that same setup, or that same rod. So anyways, I throw all Lews reels, and all of my rods are Dixie Custom Rods. And I'll put a link down in the description for the Dixie Custom Rods. They're handmade by Dwayne Wilson out of Tennessee, and they're American-made blanks, made in America. And like, you can't really get any better than that in my opinion. Has a great warranty program on the rods, and as you'll see, they're pretty nice looking rods. He's got several different customized ones that he can make you. He can make anything you want, pretty much. And then he has the feather stick series rods, and then he has like the icon series rods. The feather stick are a little bit more high end just because they're a lighter rod blank. All these blanks are Battston blanks. That's why they're American made rods. So anyways guys, let's get into it here. I like to throw glass rods on all my crankbaits. I've got two 710 Dixie X glass rods that I use in the summertime for deep cranking, but I don't have them in the boat right now. But I do have one of my favorite little square bill setups right here. See if you guys, that's the Dixie X glass. It's like the icon series rod. These things, they've really been nice. You don't lose a lot of fish because of the way that the rod loads up. If the fish makes a surge at the boat, you're likely going to land that fish. I got it paired up with a Lews team light. The team lights, I've had pretty much all the Lews except for the Pro Tie. Team lights have been like my favorite one for just all around fishing. Certain things I like the Super Duties, as you'll see when we get through these, but anyways, it's a 7:5 to 1 gear ratio Lews team light reel, 6/8 X glass rod, which I'm going fishing tomorrow, so that's going to sit right here on the deck. Be watching for a Newton Lake power plant beat down. Hopefully it's going to be in the rain, so hopefully I can get a lot of footage. These are kind of going to be jumbled up, but here's a rod that I like to throw a lot. This one's called the Micro Stick. It's Icon series. This is a 7.3 medium heavy with a fast tip, and this is your do everything rod. Spinner bait. I've thrown little crankbaits on it before. Chatterbait, it's really good for. You can throw Texas rig worm fishing and stuff with it, or little smaller jigs. So if you're wanting to try a Dixie rod, this is one that I would probably recommend because you can do so much with it. I got a spinnerbait tied on. I'm gonna throw that around tomorrow some as well, and the team light on it. Okay guys, now I was telling you about the feather stick rods. This one here is a feather stick. This is a little bit more of a higher end rod. Super light. I think this rod's like 3.9 ounces. It's a really light setup, especially when you have it paired up with something like one of these team lights that only weighs 5-something ounces. You're not holding much in your hand and you're not fatigued. That's why I have a lot of these team lights, because sometimes I'll go on where I'm fishing for 4 or 5 days in a row, and that's a big deal on fatigue. So, I'll show you here. Feather stick, Icon series. These have the wind grips on them as well. Pretty nice. And then I'll show you something that's kind of cool to the feather stick rods. You got like another line of protection here, so to speak, from keeping your reel from trying to get loosened up on you, because sometimes these come loose. This little locking collar right there just threads down. Again, as you can see, another team light. This one's a 7.2. I like to throw my chatterbaits a lot of times on these, and if I'm skipping docks with the stupid tube, I typically use these because they got just the right amount of tip to load up, and you can skip a jig or a chatterbait or a stupid tube way back under there. Here's another chatterbait I got rigged up. Same exact rod, 7.2 feather stick. Same reel. Alright, let's get to something a little bit more technique specific. Because like I said, Dwayne can make you anything. And again, link will be down in the description to how you can get a hold of him, or comment in the comments and message me and I can get you in contact with him. This rod right here is called the Spoon Ripper, and it is a 7.5 extra heavy, but it has a fast tip, so there's still a little bit of tip there. But this rod is specifically made for your big Magnum spoons. You know, the craze that came about 4 or 5 years ago with the big Nichols 8 and 9 inch Magnum spoons. But I've found that this rod works really well for, it's got enough tip you can throw a frog, but I like punching with it. Apologize for that plane, guys. I live near an airport. I like to punch with this rod, and it's got a longer butt section here, so you can, I like to put it under my arm and I can just really rip on them. Great rod for that. I fished, like I said, I fished a frog with it a little bit too. I got a giant treble hook on there. I was trying to fish my GoPro out of the lake. I lost one of my GoPros on a tripod stand here a couple months ago. That was painful. Here's one of the, like, if you're fishing for a heavy jig rod, or you're pitching heavy cover or laydowns or something like that, and you want a lot of backbone to get the fish out, this right here is called the meat stick, and it's a 7.7 heavy with a fast tip. And these rods have a lot of power to them. They're great for getting a fish out of cover. I got it paired up with a Super Duty. On a lot of my heavier stuff, I'll have a Super Duty reel on there, because you can't beat these things. They're like workhorses. So anyways, that's one of my jig rods. I use this if I'm fishing 3/4 ounce jig offshore, deep in the summertime. Meat stick is a great one for that. And then this is a 7.3 heavy. Let's see here. That's the Meat Stick Junior. Pretty much the same rod, just a little bit shorter. And this is a great one for your smaller jigs. You can throw a heavier jig on it. Texas rig, worm fishing. Fairly versatile rod. But that 7.3 Icon medium heavy fast tip, that's the most versatile one that Dixie makes, in my opinion. Here's another one that I really love. It's super light. 6.8 feather stick, and this is for jerk baits. It's just a medium with a fast tip. You can see I think I got a mega bass on there, but it's got the wind grip. It got that extra lock collar right there. So I love, that's the only thing I'll throw jerk baits on anymore. This reel I have on here, it's an old Pro Magnesium. They don't make these anymore. It's a Bass Boat Central score that I found, and it's got the same cork foam knobs that the Team Lights have. I think that's why I love these reels so much, because I just really like those knobs on the handles. And last but not least, well, actually, I got a spinning rod here. Let's see here. This is another Feather Stick series spinning rod. Same thing, got the extra lock there, and you got this open area for sensitivity. This 7.2 medium with a moderate fast tip. So this is a great rod for Ned rigs and drop shot and stuff like that. Throw a little swim bait on there, and I got a nice Lews spinning reel on that as well. It's the TLC 2000 size. So, and one more custom rod here I wanted to show you. Some guys have made fun of me about this rod. They can make fun of me and their back can hurt, because this thing does not stress my back out throwing this rig all day long. This is a glass rod that's specially made for throwing Alabama rigs, as you can see on there. But it's an extra heavy glass blank. This one's 7.7. The tip just loads up and you can cast it a mile. So, I mean, if you guys are interested in thinking out of the box and trying something different, you need to try one of these. If you throw an Alabama rig much, you need to give one of these glass rods a try, because you can pitch it into tight spots around dock without any issues. Just for me, it's my back not hurting after throwing it for. I won a classic earlier this year, and I threw it for 2 days, and my back didn't hurt that much at all after 2 days fishing with Alabama rig up 16 hours. So, anyways, guys, that's most of my stuff. I've got some stuff that's not in the boat right now because it's winter time. But like I said, if you're interested in any of these, put a comment down below, or at least maybe message me on Instagram, and we'll see if we can get you guys in a Dixie Custom rod. Till next time, tight lines, guys.